What's up, fellow Saiyans, and welcome to episode 17 of our Minipaints. Today we're doing Mastermind, who is a villain. He's part of the Hellfire Club, who is also one of Magneto's original Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He has like psychic powers, sort of, kind of change what you see. Playing the game, you don't want to be alone when facing him. Like, you want to be with someone else when you're at a certain spot. But to start off his skin, we're going to be starting with Barbarian Flesh. Next, for his pants and like the darker area, I think maybe just his pants, we're going to use Necromancer Cloak. I originally did his shoes too. Like, at this stage, you could just do from pants bottom. You don't have to worry about his socks because you could add lighter colors after. But I eventually, I did his shoes in Necromancer Cloak, but then ended up changing it to matte black just to give so you could distinguish the colors on it. Next, for his jacket, we're going to be using a mix of Alien Purple and Warlock Purple. And this is, of course, this figure is the Hellfire version of him when he's trying to trick Jean Grey and turn her into when she turns into Dark Phoenix. Because the original version of him, he's like a ratty, like, I don't know, like ex-Carney looking dude. I don't know. And again, since when you're doing all the first coats of everything, you could be loose and messy. It's alright. Detail it up later. But for that fluffy shit, whatever the hell you call them, feathery shit underneath his chin, we're going to be using mummy robes. Because we don't want to start with matte white. We'll go a little shade darker first. Next, for his hair and mustache and beard and everything, we're going to be using leather brown. Now, for the base he's standing on, it looks like I wanted to get like a bluish grayish color for everything. Like it's like a colonial style, so I used Void Shield blue and ash gray. Kind of mix something up. Now, because I'm going to run through everything and kind of just sharpen up the details a little bit. Just go over a lot of like the spots and make sure all the colors are where they need to be and not overlapping on the other parts. Now for his eyeballs, we're going to be using matte white. And now for the buttons on his vest, as well as the buckles on his shoes, we're going to use greedy gold. And it's like, to be honest, I'm not even excited to really paint this guy. He's kind of like a character, but if I don't get some of these characters in between, I'm never going to get them all. He's standing on a red carpet on his base, so we're going to use Dragon Red for that. But what I was saying before is there's so many of them that I'm never... If I don't paint some of the ones that I don't like, I'm going to end up just painting all my favorites and never getting around to painting the shittier characters that I don't care for. So I have to mix them in here, in between, or else it'll never get done. I know how I am. Now, for his shoes, we're going to do matte black, just so you can distinguish the Necromancer cloak from the matte black, because matte black's a lot darker. Once everything's dry, it's time to start our washing process, and we're going to use Flesh Wash for his face. And then for the jacket, the white stuff on his neck, we're going to use Soft Tone. Same for the base as well. Now, for his hair, we're going to use Strong Tone. Now for the pants and shoes, Dark Tone. And while that dries, once you get a chance, I use the leather brown and make pupils on his eyes, but there's a lot of waiting throughout that. So we're going to go with the matte white as our first highlighting color, because like I said, I fast forward all this. You got to really make sure all that ink is dried out. And then for matte white for the scruffy shit on his neck that we use the mummy, just to brighten up the mummy robes parts. And a lot of this, we're just going to be adding matte white to a lot of our other colors as well. Like with the barbarian flesh, just a little dab. Same thing with the base color. As you can see here, just doing the same thing, just adding white to the base. And then I'm going to dry brush it onto the base itself. Same thing for the jacket and the hair. Although for the necromancer cloak parts, I just decided to use just ash gray by itself. It's a lighter gray. If you're doing the highlights on a darker gray, that kind of works. So. Next up is the jacket. And that's probably going to be the finished project right there. You see a close-up here in a minute, but I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and to see these when I paint them live, I do a lot of them on Twitch and Facebook, so if you want to follow me, go to there and just look for Saiyan Elite, look for the same thing you look for here. Subscribe if you want notified of the new episodes when they first came out, and again, thanks for watching, and later, Saiyans.